Welcome to the Google Drive organization video where we'll take a look at the most important parts of how you can use Google Drive to help your online business. So firstly, I want to talk about the Google Apps menu customization, because this is one of the things where people don't realize they can save time. So if we were to start in My Drive, or you can click the plus button and get to wherever you normally would open your Google Drive My Drive. So it's your Google Drive, but it's called My Drive. So in the top right, you'll see the 9 dots there. It's called the Google Apps menu. And when you click it, yours may look different to mine because I've rearranged my icons. So if you click and drag, you can rearrange these to be wherever they need to be for the ones that you use the most. So I don't use Gemini, so I might move that below this line. I would suggest keeping maybe the top 9 or 12 up here, or just closest to the top, the ones you use the most. And if you are looking for something, it may be down below this line here on the right. So just click and drag it. If it doesn't allow you to click all the way up to the top there, you may just need to bring it to the top of this section and then drag it above the line. So I hope that helps at least to know where things are so you can rearrange them to save time. So that is that one. Excellent, excellent. So the next one is the layout. So in case you're not familiar, we'll come back to this note, but I want to show you the layout first. If you're not familiar, this is the Google Drive page, and on the left you've got Home, which you can personalize. My Drive is this view here. It's all of your folders, all of your files that's in that top, it's like the top level folder of your Google Drive. You can attach other computers via Google syncing, shared with me, so anything that's shared to you from other people. And there is a recent tab, I use that a lot. And starred is like your favorites if you wanted to use that instead of bookmarks up on your bookmark bar, or you can use them in tandem. Spam, I haven't really had that happen. Occasionally if someone sends you something with too many links, it may think it's spam. And then trash, of course, you may want to empty that. It does automatically empty, I think, after 30 days. I don't have anything in there now. And then storage is a great place to go if you have too much in your drive. If you're looking here at your storage space, you get 15 gigabytes for free, which is a lot unless you're doing a lot of videos. So if you're saving a lot of videos on there, you may run out of room very fast. So you may want to click on this storage button to see what is the largest items in your Google Drive that maybe you don't need. So you can see I have duplicates here just for the purposes of showing people how I do things a lot. So that could be something that I want to delete, and that's going to remove unwanted things from my computer. And if you then go to the trash bin, you'll see the ones that I just deleted. And if you're like, oh wait, I need that one back, so you can click on one and you can say over here would be restore, so take it out of trash. But once you click this button and delete everything forever, it means forever. So it's gone in the trash truck to the dump and they've burned it. It's not recoverable. So if you put something in the trash, just know that you can grab it back. It's kind of like if you put something in your kitchen bin, but once the truck takes it, it's gone. All right, I hope that helps with a little bit of an overview there. And just to let you know, you can also, I'm going to click back to My Drive, change the view. So in the top right, you can see currently I have it on the list layout view. But if you move your mouse over, and you can change it to a grid layout view, which is more like this for, so documents will look like a big square and folders will look like this. So just to let you know that you can change that view depending on what you need. Sometimes I switch between, it just depends what I'm looking at. Now you'll notice, okay, well that'll do for now. You also have settings which you can click on there, and this helps you to change maybe your home view and things like that. That might help you as well. So let me go back to my notes. So that was the overview of the layout. Now let's look at the folders. If you're brand new, I hope this helps. So we're going to click on the new button in the top left, click new, and then new folder. So this will create this folder in my drive. So let's just call this example, whatever you want to call it, example folder, today's date, just for my purposes. So we will see it pop up here. Here we go, example folder. Generally when you create a new folder, it will highlight it because it knows you might want to work on it right now. So once you've created a folder, there's a few things you can do. You can right click with your mouse or use these three dots, and you can do a few things. You can organize, meaning you can move it to a different folder. Maybe you want a folder within a folder. You could do that. And one of my favorite things is you can color code your folders. So that's in the Organize tab. And maybe we want this one to be this light blue. So that may help if you like to color code things. Maybe you work for multiple companies and you want to distinguish between the two. Maybe you want pink for personal and things like that. So you choose the colors that suit you. So what we can also do then, right click. If you're creating a folder to share with others, that's where you would take care of that there and copy the link. And of course you can rename if you need to as well. You can use that one there. So that's a few of the main things that you might need. Also that over here, that where it says organize and it's got move, you also have that up here in the little, you'll see that manila folder there, and you may see that along the top of your documents in the future, which allows you to move things using that shortcut. So it's selected this folder, that's why it's giving us this extra little options menu here. So let's say, for example, you can see here in my top level folder, I have some Google Docs that don't yet belong in a folder. They're just randomly in my drive, which is just like throwing all of your papers in one drawer and trying to scurry through all of them when you're looking for something. So if you'd like a more organized approach, then you can click and drag those into a folder. So let's say maybe I want to move this one. Click and drag with your mouse. But if you don't have a mouse or you're not comfortable clicking and dragging, you can right click with your mouse or go to the end of the row and click the three dots, and this is where you would then organize. Just hover your mouse and it will pop up this one and it says move. You'll notice it gives you some suggestions. It's saying, okay, I think you've been here lately. These are your suggested folders because you've recently been there. Which of these maybe do you want? And if it was this one, I just click move. Or if I wanted to find one that isn't yet listed, I'd just click all locations, and you'll need to hover your mouse to see the arrow, and then you can click through, hovering your mouse to see maybe you want it inside a folder, or something like that, and I'll click move just to show you how that works. So that's how we can move folders. So we created, we named, we've color coded, and we've even done a little bit of folder navigation. So let's now look at the search bar. Now maybe you've created a folder or a document, anything that's in Google Drive, and you're like, I don't remember where it is. Click on the search in my drive search bar. Look at that, it's even giving me some suggestions. So maybe I want to look for, let's say I have a workbook that I'm looking for but I don't remember where it is. So it'll give me some suggestions, and if I see it in that short list, I can just click it and it'll take me there. Or I can press the enter button and it will list everything that has that word workbook either in the title or in the document itself. So then that can help you find things that you haven't yet maybe put in a folder, and now would be a good time to do that. It does show you over on the right hand side the location. So this one says my drive, so this one has not yet been put in a folder of its own, and these ones you can see are already in folders, and this one was shared with me from someone else. It was actually me. So that is a little bit more about using the search bar, and then using filters, which is a great one too. Say I have a workbook, but I want to only click on the type button there, and only I want to look at PDFs, or maybe it was shared with me from other people, like I know I've shared things with myself. So you can use filters to help you find things easier. So maybe you're working on a workbook, but you haven't created it into a PDF yet, and it's just a Word document. You could look at Word documents that have the workbook there. Now, what's amazing about everything Google is, remember, in this URL, everything that you're working on is web-based on a web browser. So even search results can be bookmarked, and when you want to come back to this specific search, it remembers those parameters I've already set. I want the word workbook, I want it to be a Google Doc, and I can click my bookmark bar here and save that somewhere. Now I would click over here and name it workbook search results, so that I know, and maybe I have a folder that I wanted to save it in. Maybe I was working on my Canva workshop, and when I click done, that is now this URL, including all of these search parameters, is bookmarked, ready for me to use next time. Okay, so let's look over here. That was filters, advanced filters. Yes, I showed you that as well. And keywords. So that should be pretty helpful. If you have any extra questions, you can always leave a message around this video. So the next part is within Google Drive itself. You can bookmark or use quick access. So let's look at those features. I'm going to click on my drive here, and what you can do, so I mentioned over here there's a starred area. So say I work on a specific folder quite often, and I don't want to be, maybe it's a folder within a folder, and I don't want to have to go look for it all the time. So I might want to star either a document or a folder, anything that's in Google Drive. So I might want to right click with my mouse, or if you haven't got that option, just click the three dots. And you'll see one here. It is called, here under the Organize area, and it's called Starred. So add it to Starred. I don't know if I have. Let's click on my Starred area. So I've got two there that I've starred. So on the left menu, after you've added some stars to things that are kind of like your favorites, so these are kind of like Google Drive's bookmarks just within Google Drive. So unlike that bookmark that I created before, this is not going to be able to star a URL, but rather star a location of either a folder, a Google Doc, a Google Drive. So it could be something that you want to reference quite often. So let's say I have something here from another, so it's shared by someone else to me, and I want to star it. If you just hover your mouse, sometimes you'll see it there. And so now when I click back on the left menu to the starred area, there are all of my starred things, whether they are, you know, a PDF, it could be a folder, it could be a doc, anything like that. So I hope that helps. So the other thing is, yes, organizing Google Docs, Sheets and Slides. So I will say, let's click on my drive. In the top right hand corner, where you have your Google apps, you would have noticed there's Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, and even Slides. So some people like to access those types of documents within that app itself. So Google Docs itself is also an app. So we could click there. This one's opened a new tab, and I could look for just Google Docs. So this isn't really going to show you folders, no. So this is more just like, I just want to look at Google Docs without the distraction of looking at anything else. Just know you can do that. You can also take advantage of the template gallery, which helps you create either a blank document or from one of their templates. But if that's your preferred way of looking at it, that's great, but just know that it's also in my drive. So I personally hardly ever open Google Docs through the app, and I just use Google Drive to find what I need. But just so you know, also at the top left, where is it? There is one other way to find them. Here we go. So when we click on that new button, we can also create a new doc, sheet or slides directly from that area as well, not just new folders. So that could be something you want to look at as well. It really just depends on what you're used to and what you're looking for at the time. So I wanted to come back to this. Let's do it while I see it now. There are keyboard shortcuts that you may not be aware of yet. So if you see that, you can click on the See Shortcuts, and this will show you shortcuts within Google Drive itself. So we've got Select Down Item. I don't personally use these. So they used to have, it's showing you the old shortcuts, whether you've used those before or not. I didn't personally use those ones much, but just to let you know that it is there. I use keyboard shortcuts, but these are specifically shortcuts within Google Drive itself. So that may be helpful for you. If you ever want to come back to those, you can just either go to the Google Drive Help Center, or you can even literally Google keyboard shortcuts in Google Drive, and you'll be able to find those again. So I'm going to close that one now, and let's look back at my notes. Uploading and sharing files in Google Drive. Not sure if you know how to do that, but let's do one just for ease of showing you. Let's say we want to share a file with either a student, or maybe you want something saved in your Google Drive that you share before a strategy session or a sales meeting with someone. So you can upload a PDF or something, anything from your computer to your Google Drive to give it a shareable link. You can't share directly from your computer, just from a folder if it's saved locally. So let's do that. We're going to click New, and I'm going to say File Upload. Let's look for, okay, this is a PDF, so I'm just going to click it, and you'll see in the bottom right it's going to upload this. This was an old one that I was working on. But then when we click this Show File Location, we can actually see that I didn't put it in a folder yet. I just saved it here in the My Drive folder. So now I might want to move it to another folder like I showed you before. Maybe I want to organize that and put it in the folder I was using before, the example folder. No matter where I have that, wherever it moves, the link that Google Drive gives it will always stay the same. So I want to grab this link to be able to share it with others. So I'm going to click on the three dots in the menu at the end there, click on Share, and if you already have your settings created, you can just click Copy Link, but I want to show you the share options. So right now it's only restricted to me, so I want to say anyone with the link, and then click Copy Link, and that is the link that we would then be able to share with someone just like that. So I hope that helps with a few ideas on how you can use Google Drive for your business and be able to organize your folders.